Go away, bitch. Don't come over here. Karen, call the cops. Call the... It's all these kids in here. Call the cops, you dumb bitch. He coming around the window. Go that way, Cameron. Yeah, bitch, go away. Bye. Go away. Bye. Yep, bye. Bye. Kian out here.
Hi everybody, my name is Kada, and I don't know what type of content I want to do yet. I think I want to do lifestyle, fashion, and girl talks.
Kada Scott, age 23, is a beautiful young lady who went missing shortly after she went online to say someone was harassing her. She was an aspiring lady who had dreams and responsibilities. Kada was into everything you can think about: fashion, modeling, cooking, singing, fitness, etc. Before her disappearance, Kada had confided in friends that she was receiving harassing phone calls from an unknown individual. Unfortunately, she eventually went missing not too long after she clocked out from work on October 4, 2025.
She was last seen by her mother the night before at approximately 9:50 p.m. when Miss Scott was leaving for work.
Her phone been off since Saturday, well, to my knowledge since Sunday morning, and it's going completely right straight to voicemail.
There has been a lot of speculations as to what really happened to her. Some believed her mom knows about her disappearance, some believed it was her co-workers that set her up, while some think it was the young man whom she complained about that caused her disappearance. What really happened? Let's find out. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories.
What do you think's going on here? What do you think happened?
I have no idea. That's the problem. We're trying to piece it together. She went into a job for a normal shift, and she didn't finish the shift and come home. So that's when the problem started. And that's where we're at right now, trying to figure out what's going on, where she's at.
This story takes us to Philadelphia. They call it the city of brotherly love, but behind the skyline and history lies a city fighting to survive. Philadelphia is rich in culture, built on freedom, yet haunted by crime and struggle. Once recording over 560 homicides in a single year, the city has battled violence for decades. But in recent times, hope has begun to rise, gun violence dropping, communities pushing back, and a new spirit emerging. Still, danger lingers in its corners. This is Philadelphia, where history, hardship, and heart all live on the same street. Kada Scott is a 23-year-old woman from Philadelphia.
Just started working 2 weeks ago here at the Terrace at Chestnut Hill Senior Home to help pay for her college. She was working a 10 p.m. Saturday to 6 a.m. Sunday shift, just 5 minutes from her home, but she went missing here before her shift even ended.
She graduated from Penn State, in communications or related fields, and was described by friends and family as creative, kind, and introverted.
Yeah, nature really get on her side. I don't really do the bugs and stuff. And like, she's trying to do a picnic where it is. Well, where I live, we have this nice area, and you can pretty much do whatever you want. You can have a little picnic, you can sightsee, go to the museum, take pictures, see the water, not waterfall, but water fountain. So I decided, I'm okay, like, I know there's flowers and stuff over there, so let me see if I can find a rose and take pretty pictures. So that's why I dressed like this today. Yeah, I took a couple cute pictures, but I feel like I could do better, but it's because, like, it's so windy out here, and my camera is having a hard time focusing. So, yeah.
To those who knew her, her life appeared unremarkable in most respects. She had no public enemies, and her family says she was a young woman doing her best to build a life.
Rodney, what's up? We about to go to the club. No, but we about to go to the club soon. This is my outfit of the day. Cute little bow bag, wet t-shirt, black shorts, black heels, jewelry. You already know, bust down ring, French tip on the nose. and necklaces, yeah. And right now we already drunk a little bit. But now we about to leave, honestly, about to go to the club, so yeah.
She was in a lot of things. She had a fashion line amongst many other things. She was into fashion, beauty, fitness, cooking, music, and many more. She had a trending social media accounts where she showed how goal-oriented she was in life. Kada was described as someone who just wanted to get the best out of life. She was versatile. She had just graduated from Penn State and started working as a nursing assistant at the Terrace at Chestnut Hill, an assisted living facility in Northwest Philadelphia. 2 weeks into the job, she confided in friends that she was receiving harassing phone calls from unknown individuals. On her fitness account, she posted some pictures that shows someone taking her picture. That might have a clue as to who was around her often. Things changed for her and her family on October 4, 2025. Kada arrived at her shift at the assisted living facility. Around 9:45 p.m., she left work before her shift was done. That was shocking to people close to her. Her family started panicking when her phone went offline, and all her social media activity ceased and never reached out to family or friends. Police was involved days later. An investigation led them to believe that Kada and a man named Kian were communicating that night, and that King may have met her shortly after she left work.
Happening now, a desperate search for a 23-year-old Philadelphia woman. Kada Scott was last seen 4 days ago. Her family says she was at work one moment and gone the next. They also say she was being harassed over the phone by a stranger. And Steve, you spoke with Kada's family tonight. What did they tell you?
Well, this is where she went to work late Saturday night, and this is the same spot where she never came home from work early Sunday morning.
I think it's definitely wrong. She wouldn't just leave and not contact anyone, none of her friends, family.
People ride so fast, they wouldn't be able to see it anyway.
2 aunts stapled missing flyers where their niece, 23-year-old Kada Scott, was last seen before she just vanished.
She was last seen by her mother the night before at approximately 9:50 p.m. when Miss Scott was leaving for work.
Her phone been off since Saturday, well, to my knowledge, since Sunday morning, and it's going completely right straight to voicemail.
Kada is seen here when competing in the Miss Philadelphia Township pageant. Just started working 2 weeks ago here at the Terrace at Chestnut Hill Senior Home to help pay for her college. She was working a 10 p.m. Saturday to 6 a.m. Sunday shift, just 5 minutes from her home, but she went missing here before her shift even ended, where we found what police did. No surveillance or security video cameras around here.
We do know she did arrive at work. She works at a nearby nursing home. However, we knew that she left prior to her shift's completion.
She did not work her full shift. The car was still sitting in the parking lot. So it's like she vanished. No cameras, no nothing. So where is she?
What do you think's going on here? What do you think happened?
I have no idea. That's the problem. We're trying to piece it together. She went into a job for a normal shift, and she didn't finish the shift and come home. So that's when the problem started. And that's where we're at right now, trying to figure out what's going on, where she's at, when did she actually leave the facility.
We did interview co-workers. There was nothing too extravagant in her statements.
Police say Scott had recently told family and friends a stranger or strangers were harassing her over the phone. Police processed her car and found nothing to hint foul play. But missing are the car keys, Kada's iPad, iPhone, and Apple Watch. None of them now traceable. All of which police sources say she used to grow a big following on social media and now wonder if a follower is involved in her disappearance somehow.
We're doing a deep dive on all her social media as we speak, and those are things we're going to be looking at.
Is there fear that somebody got obsessed with her and fell in love with her and found out where she worked and everything and maybe went and grabbed her?
It's a possibility, yes. Anything can happen. So that's what I'm afraid of, because at this point, it's something wrong.
Police believe she had been in a 1999 metallic gold Toyota Camry with license plate MSX 0797. They asked anyone who knows the whereabouts of the car to contact them. Then there was a report of her ending up at a park after she left work.
The police received a missing person report from a family of a female, 23-year-old female. She had gone to work, and that was the last place she was seen around 9:45 on the 4th. We've been investigating that since that time, really trying to do everything we can to figure out where she might have went. Like, her car was found at the location. No one has received a call from her. We know her phone is not in operation anymore. So a lot of what we're doing is following the evidence that we have, witnesses that gave us information. Some of that evidence has led us to this area. We've looked in other areas too. This particular area, the Aubrey Arboretum, all right, it's a very large area. It's all wooded area mostly. There's a lot of fences and activity going on in there. So it wasn't very easy to search with just a few detectives. So we enlisted the help of our academy classes. They're here. They were given specific instructions by our crime scene investigation people, and we're just looking in the area.
Police went all in and tried to locate her, but nothing was found. As days passed without contact or trace, her family and law enforcement ramped up the search. The case was reassigned to Philadelphia's homicide unit. Though authorities say they have not declared it a homicide, they continue to treat it as a missing person investigation with suspicion of foul play. People wanted to know what was happening after days of no luck. Her family put out this for those who were wondering.
So, update on my niece, Kada Scott. Y'all know I'm spiritual. Y'all know I'm a two-headed doctor, treater, seer, all above. To give you an update, of course, this particular case that I solve unsolved cases all the time before it's authorities, the news, things of that sort, and people revert back to my page like, oh my gosh, you were right, da-da-da-da. Update on my niece. I don't want to say too many things that I know what is happening right now, based out of respect for the family. For me, I understand more better because of who I am and how I carry in the spirit world, things of that sort. I will tell you this. My niece is still in the area of between the job and the park. That's what I will tell you. I will tell you that there's 3 people involved. I will tell you that one person has dreadlocks. I will tell you that the job does know what something is going on with it. I will tell you that my niece got in a car to sit with the parties, and it wound up being a drive-off situation into an argument. It is not sexually that's involved. It is a lot of, assault and things of that sort, and, that led to, it's a transition situation. So, that's the update. So if you ever want to have updates on what's going on with my niece or my son's cousin, then, here's my page. And we will find Kada. And her spirit is very strong. And, continue to pray for the family. I shield my son and protect my son. And allow spirit to do what it does. I will elaborate on this more once the case is resolved, because I feel like it's more appropriate. But that's just enough for now. Okay.
Then, breakthrough developments emerged. On October 15th, police arrested 21-year-old Kian King in connection with Kada's disappearance, charging him with kidnapping. He was arrested and police held a briefing, detailing few things about the missing young lady and the arrest. He was said to be known as a stalker. A young lady who witnessed his stalking during their previous relationship posted her last encounter at the hands of this man.
Go away, bitch. Don't come over here. Karen, call the cops. Call the... It's all these kids in here. Call the cops, you dumb bitch. He coming around the window. Go that way, Cameron. Yeah, bitch, go away, bye. Go away, bye. Yep, bye. Bye. Kian out here.
I'm going to provide you an update in terms of an individual that is currently in custody for his involvement in the disappearance of Miss Scott. However, still a lot of work needs to be done, and so I just want to make that very clear as to why we are here and the information that you will receive. Essentially letting you know how we have gotten here, but more so the public's help that we need right now. The public has been very, very helpful thus far in providing a lot of information, which the investigators have been able to track down a lot of the leads, which has helped us get to this point here. But as I said, a lot of work still to be done. The number one priority is locating Miss Scott. I just want to make that very clear. And so while we are at this stage of this now, that's our priority. And so we will ask for your help in locating this vehicle, which you'll get a little more information. It's a 1999 metallic gold Toyota Camry with a Pennsylvania tag of MSX0797. But we need to know where this car is. We need to find this car. Making this very clear, it's not to just focus on the northwest section of the city of Philadelphia. This car has traversed through the entire city. And so I want that to be clear, that every neighborhood, every person listening to this, whether you're in North Philly, South Philly, Southwest, Northwest, please open your eyes and see if you locate this car, or if you have seen this car, please contact us and give us that information. The second part of this is the individual that Deputy Commissioner Venor will provide his information very shortly. Want folks to understand this person has a little bit of a pattern of this type of history. And so we want to encourage anyone that may have been involved with this individual, anyone that may know this individual, please, at this point in time, make that phone call. Feel comfortable enough to call us and let us know if you have any information regarding this person, regarding any interaction you've had with this individual. If you have been the victim of any crime regarding this individual, I want you to understand now is the time to make that phone call and let us know. Give us that information so that we can continue on. Again, just want to make it very clear that a lot of work has been done, starting off with Northwest Detective Division, and then this case shifting over to homicide, making it very clear that the case was shifted to homicide because we have the most experienced investigators in our homicide unit. They have the most experience dealing with all types of investigations. They also have the most resources available to them. And so we have the hopes that we are still treating this as if Ms. Scott is still alive, and that's why we want the public's help in trying to locate every single piece of this. But I just wanted to make that clear because I know there's been some reports once it shifted over to homicide, folks not understanding the why. And so that's the reason behind that. At this point in time, again, appreciate the help that we've gotten. I want to turn everything over to Deputy Venor to go into more details about the individual that has been taken into custody and some other pertinent facts of the investigation.
All right, good morning. Just to reiterate what the Commissioner Stanford said, we've been investigating this since Saturday, October 4th in the evening, the last time Kada Scott was seen at her place of work up in Mount Airy area. Our evidence that we followed, and we did involve a lot of investigators on this, led us to several places, that digital evidence, and as everybody knows, we searched a very large area up in the Arboretum, and we came up really with negative results. After that time, we asked the Homicide Division, the FBI Violent Crime Task Force to enter into the investigation to assist. All right, and we continued our search trying to track Ms. Scott's whereabouts along with anybody she may have encountered during that time. Our evidence is pretty clear that she was in communication with an individual. That individual appears to meet her very shortly after she leaves her place of work. And very shortly after that, she disappears off of the footprint. We have a lot of digital evidence, video and other, which provides us with this individual by the name of Kian, K-E-O-N, King, K-I-N-G. We believe this individual, and through our evidence, we were able to charge this individual. The district attorney was able to charge the individual. You'll hear from them shortly, with kidnapping at this point. It's very important to know we're not done our investigation. We need to find Ms. Scott, figure out where she is, or what may have happened to her to cause her to completely disappear from all her items, her phone, her Instagram, social media sites, and everywhere else, work. She left her car at that location. So it's very important that this individual, who does have prior history of being arrested, especially for this very same thing, this year was charged with kidnapping another female acquaintance. That case was dismissed from court, and I'll explain it. It's going to be refiled now as we're going to move forward to attempt. So he's being really charged with 2 cases today of kidnapping. And in that case, it involves assaults that occurred during the kidnapping. So this is a pattern of behavior. That vehicle that you've seen, the Toyota Camry, was his vehicle, all right? That vehicle's not recovered, all right? Some of the stuff he did as we attempted to find him was he got rid of things like the car, the phone. We're not able to find things that he was using. He had an address in Southwest Philadelphia. He had other addresses that it looks like he's not using anymore. So he attempted to elude us for some time. He did come in last night. He's here being processed, but there's a lot of questions we still have. So we're asking the public's help. We need it more than ever. This car, you'll see a better picture of it. We sent it to you digitally. It's a gold-colored Camry, 1999. It has heavy front-end damage on the left front bumper. All right, that's being described that way several times. We know it's been in the Mount Airy area. We have photos of it in Center City. We have pictures of it in Grace Ferry area and in Southwest Philadelphia. So it's possible that it could be anywhere. It could be outside the city. So if somebody sees this, thinks they know where this car is, it's very possible it doesn't have this tag on it anymore. So if you see a car like it, we're urging you to call police, have it investigated. Any information on this, you can call our tip line, 215-686-TIPS, 8477, or the Homicide Division directly, and give that information. All right, I'm going to turn things over to ADA Teslowski, who could speak a little more about the charges and potentially other charges that he's facing.
Thank you. My name is Ashley Teslowski. I am an assistant district attorney in the homicide unit. I became involved in this investigation last week when the investigation was turned over to the homicide unit. So I became the assigned ADA when detectives Rob Daly and Joe Kremen took over the case. The first thing I want to say is that PPD and our federal partners and Detective Daly and Detective Kremen have done an amazing job to get us where we are. Today I'm joined by Tracy Washington from our Victim Services Unit and also Bob Listenby, the first assistant of our office. What I can confirm is that our office, as of the early morning hours into the early morning hours this morning, did charge this individual with charges, the lead charge being kidnapping. You know, as we've said multiple times at this point, we do not know where Ms. Scott is. So at this point, our lead charge is kidnapping. What we're able to confirm and what I was able to charge based on is what we know, which has already been said, which is that this person, Mr. King, is the last person we believe to be in contact with her, and that he was in contact with her when she went offline, meaning her phone, everything. So at this point, the investigation has led us here, and we're able to charge him with kidnapping, recklessly endangering another person, use of a communication facility, meaning his phone. We were able to track his phone and communications on his phone. He's being processed as we speak. When I picked up this investigation, one of the things that our office also learned was that he did have a previous case. It was a 2025 case for very similar conduct, strangulation and kidnapping. That case had been withdrawn by our office based on the witness failing to appear at court. I pulled that file, and after an yesterday, he was served on that as a part of our conversation with him. Him being here and being processed on the new charges, he was served for that, so he will also be facing a preliminary hearing on that previous kidnapping case as well. So at this point, he will have 2 open kidnapping cases that will face preliminary hearings in the coming months.
I don't know if there's any questions.
For the district attorney's office, how many times does a defendant, does the case appear before a judge that it's then withdrawn? I mean, how many times does this matter come before a judge and the decision then gets made, it's withdrawn?
It depends. In this specific case, what I could tell you is that after the first listing, when the victim failed to appear, the case was marked what I'll call must be tried, which is a little bit of a court lingo, but basically saying if it's not tried by the next listing, it'll either be dismissed or withdrawn. It was marked that way after the first listing when she didn't appear in court, and then at the second listing, when again we didn't have the witness or the victim in court, it was at that point withdrawn given the previous marking.
Do you have his date of birth?
I do not, but I'm sure we can get that.
Yeah, okay.
The video that was seen of the vehicle in the area of the Arboretum, do we believe that's the vehicle that?
This vehicle has been traveling all over the city. So we do believe this video is involved in what we're talking about, and we have it all over the city in concert with how he's moving as well. Yep, we have the date of birth for you. It is 5/6/2004. So 5/6/2004.
Do you guys know how the two knew each other, how long it had been, and is this the specific individual that Kada had expressed concern about, specifically harassment?
I'm not willing to comment on that at this time. That's still very much being investigated in terms of their relationship and how long they knew each other.
So the significance of the car right now, the urgency, if you will, can you address why we believe people need to find this car?
Sure, I can certainly comment on that, or if you want to. I mean, at this point, we believe he is connected to this vehicle. We also believe she may have been in that vehicle.
As far as the other case, the kidnapping case,
Yes.
can you just explain some of the circumstances surrounding that case, as brief as you need?
Sure. That case is an individual that was known to him, a domestic in nature. And what I can say is the allegations in that case are that he kidnapped a woman in front of her house, threw her in her car, assaulted her, and then eventually let her out of the car. There is some video evidence, I believe, that'll be played at the preliminary hearing, but that was domestic in nature.
And do you have a time or about when that happened?
It was this year in 2025. The case was withdrawn in May, so it predates that by a little bit.
Where was the last location this car was seen?
I don't know if we have exactly the last location, but what I can say is through our investigation, it was tracked all over the city, in multiple areas of the city in multiple different time periods throughout, the entire length of this investigation.
When police were at an address in Southwest Philadelphia last Thursday night, was that one of his addresses?
It was one of the addresses connected to this investigation.
Do you believe anyone else might be helping King or possibly be driving that vehicle for him?
In terms of other people being involved, I don't have comment on that at this time. It's still very much being investigated. There have been several phone numbers involved that we've been tracking, but all roads at this point lead to him, and so that's what we're hoping leads us to her.
After she arrives at work at 10 o'clock, how big is the time window that she actually remains at work before leaving?
Yeah.
She's not there long at all. She gets there maybe just before 10, and right after she's out, maybe 20 minutes. That's what I'm told.
Are they communicating at this point?
We believe they are, yeah.
Do you know how the two knew each other?
I don't know their relationship. Obviously, they had a connection. They're going back and forth, and they've known each other for a short time, but I don't know how long.
Do you know if she was willingly meeting him, or?
I don't know. I don't know yet.
Shortly after the briefing, police got another information that was crucial about her whereabouts.
Shortly after we had our press conference this morning, we received information that there might be some evidence at this school, which is not far from the Arboretum that we were at this past Friday. Shortly after arriving out here, we were able to locate some physical evidence which ties Ms. Scott to this scene. And obviously this is very substantial, and this is again why we value our relationships with the media and with the public. Because as you know, we were out here on Friday, And while we were in the general area, our search did not take us over here. So we're going to continue to search these grounds. See, it's a very large area. The school looks like it has been closed for some time. The school itself was sealed, but we were able to make entry. We're going to check the entirety of the school facility, as well as all the grounds around it. And right now we have our crime scene unit out here, as well as canine, and we have drone operators. So again, we implore anybody in the public, if they have any information whatsoever that can help us locate Miss Scott, it would be greatly appreciated.
Was the evidence found inside or outside of the school?
The evidence was found outside of the school. I don't want to get into the particulars of it, but it's physical evidence that ties Miss Scott to this area, which is significant.
They descended on the location and searched for Kada either alive or dead, but nothing came out of it yet. It is still early to know what they found on the scene. They were also able to locate the car they were looking for, which Kada left work in. As at the time of making this video, she has not been found even though an arrest has been made. A lot of people online has different types of opinion about the case. Here are some comments and opinion of some people who are following the case. There are still a lot of questions to be asked in this case. What was the nature of the prior relationship, if any, between Kada and King? What was said during their communication that night? Is she alive, and if so, where is she hidden or held? Did someone else help in concealing her? Kada Scott's case is still living. The whispers of phone calls, the unanswered texts, the vehicle that might carry the secret, all parts of a puzzle with far too many missing pieces. Her story reminds us, disappearance rarely happens in isolation. It begins with a missing phone ping, an abandoned car, and the quiet terror in a family's heart. Until she is found, whether alive or otherwise, every lead, every tip, every question matters.